Hi friends, and welcome back to Life Coaching by Morella. I'm Morella. I'm a life coach. I'm a mom, hence why I'm called the Life Coach Mom. And I'm continuing my 30-day series on connecting with your family through family fun questions. Every day I'm asking you a question from this book, 365 Connecting Questions for Families. I review the question and then I want to go deeper and encourage you with lots of love and some life coaching tips along the way. So let's see what today's question is. How are you doing in school? Are you working your hardest or putting in minimal effort? It's the age-old question. Are you working hard or are you hardly working? Well, I suspect you've asked your kids this question before. If you haven't, you got to work harder at annoying your kids like the rest of us. This question seems like the obvious go-to question, right? It's right up there with, how was your day? Good. How was lunch? Fine. More specifically, how did you do on that test? I'd rather not talk about it. Which, my friends, is code for I failed. Not that that's happened to me. When it comes to your kids, how can you tell? How do you know? Are they working hard or are they hardly working? It's called mother's intuition. We know these things. But on a serious note, here's a simple gauge. It's an honest question and it requires an honest response on behalf of your kids. When you check in with them and you ask them, how are you doing? Use the minimum, medium, or maximum gauge. Ask them specifically. So do you think you're putting in a minimum amount of hard work, a medium amount of hard work, or the maximum amount of hard work? And wherever they fall on the scale, encourage them to dial it up to the next level. How can you come alongside them and cheer them on and encourage them to do a little bit more? Just a little bit more. We're not expecting them to go from minimal to maximum. Maybe that's not the expectation. That might be too much. Encourage them with this method to check in with themselves, be honest, gauge where they're at, and then I trust that both of you together can come up with the next step. And now it's your turn. I want to talk to you moms specifically because it's so easy for us to spend our time and use our energy in looking outward and focusing on them and their efforts. But in the words of Joey Tribbiani, how you doing? I want you to take that same question and now apply it to your life. Are you working hard or are you hardly working? Take that question and apply it to every area of your life. Ouch, that hurts. If you want to see improvement in your marriage, relationships, your temper, your patience, finances, eating habits, vices in your life, the best thing you can do is to recognize where you're not putting in your best effort, because then you can make a different choice. If you just had a spat with your significant other and you're working on reconciliation, are you working hard towards that or are you hardly working? If you just blew up at your kids because you've had to tell them 100 times to throw out the trash, well, the question would be, when it comes to patience, are you working hard or are you hardly working? And how about your health journey? How are you doing with that? Are you working hard or are you hardly working? Do you see how you can use this question and check in with yourself in the different areas of your life? How beneficial it can be. And then I want to encourage you in the same way I would encourage my kids. How can we dial up our efforts and move our efforts along from minimal effort to medium effort to maximum effort? I'm curious what your thoughts are on this question. Would you let me know in the comments below? And answer this question. How are you doing in life? Are you working your hardest or putting minimal effort? If you need help in any of these areas, feel free to reach out to me. Send me an email and I'll be sure to respond. As always, if you like this video, would you let me know by clicking that like button and subscribe if you haven't already? And I will connect with you tomorrow.